Colorado High School Activities Association football is on 1010 KSIR. This afternoon from Beat Digger Stadium in Brush. It's a Class 2A quarterfinal playoff game as the visiting Denver Christian Crusaders take on the Brush Beat Diggers. Dave Urick, a battle of 9-1 teams. Denver Christian has not allowed single digits in a game this season. The Brush defense has come on, but we know that Denver Christian's defense is going to face a Brush offense here, which will get the opening kickoff, a type of offense they haven't seen all year.
Exactly, and the Brush Beat Diggers have a whole bunch of weapons and a lot of speed. So, this is the kind of test that Denver Christian's got to face defensively to see if they're, the best team in the state. This is where they come from. And from Brush's standpoint, they have to score points against one of the best defenses in the state. So this is a big game, the kind of game that you have to win to be a state championship team.
Matt Velander to kick it off, fielded at the 7-yard line by Bobby O'Kelly, running straight ahead to the 20, across the 25 to around the 28-yard line, a return of about 20 yards. And the tackle is made over there by Andrew Hamstra, the 225-pound freshman. And the Beat Diggers ready to take the field with quarterback Matt Ely. Bobby O'Kelly is healthy this week, at least as close as to 100% as he's going to get, with Greg Geno in the backfield. That offensive line led by the center, Tyson Krall. He's the only underclassman on that offensive line. The rest are seniors. The Beat Diggers 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. The lone setback now is Geno in motion to the left, Tomas Perez. This will be a play-action throw out to the right, complete to J.R. Finley at the 33, slips a tackle, and it's now down at around the 37-yard line, a pickup of around 9 yards. The Denver Christian tackle was made by David Ribbons, the 175-pound senior defensive back. They've called a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2, and Coach Dreitz comes out passing already.
You bet. We haven't seen this kind of an attack right off the bat like we had earlier in the season. That was the kind of thing we were doing early on, and we haven't done it here lately. So Brush has already put Denver Christian on their heels a little bit.
2nd and 2 from the 37-yard line. Ferracini in motion to the left, has the end around, doesn't have much room, trying to get it to the outside. Gets the sideline to the 40, down to the 45 as he sidestepped the defender and put on a tremendous move to get the first down. Might not have gotten the 45. Looks like he might get the 42. We'll give him 5 yards, but a Beat Digger first down. And boy, that stutter step was beautiful by TF.
Yeah, and he had to give up about 6 yards to finally turn that corner. He stopped because the defensive end for Denver Christian stepped across the line, and they got so much penetration, so he sort of forced the defensive end at Denver Christian to make his move, and then Tyler just ran around him, and once he got to the sideline, we've seen his speed once he turns it upfield.
Ferracini is out. Michael Cummings is in. The Beat Diggers in their home maroon with the white numerals and the maroon pants. In motion to the right, Cummings 1st and 10 for the 42. The toss right to Bobby O'Kelly. Doesn't have much running room. He's going to lose a couple of yards. An excellent defensive play coming up was Luke Denoy from his defensive end position, the 195-pound senior, throwing him for a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12 for the Diggers.
Again, right there, the defensive end and the outside linebacker for Denver Christian just flew up there, and they had a little bit of containment on O'Kelly. I can't help but think maybe if O'Kelly would have just raced him to the sideline and then turned it up, he could have got a positive gain there. But, he's one of those good running backs that likes to cut back against the grain and run uphill, and most of the time that works for him.
2nd down and 12 just outside the Beat Digger 40. On the opening drive, Geno, the lone setback. The draw play to Geno running to the 41, and that is it. Boy, he was hit around the ankles on the initial penetration by Denver Christian's, might have been Tyler Henry, the 180-pound senior linebacker, but only a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 11. The Beat Diggers coached by Randy Dreitz. The assistants, Micah Christensen, Tyrone Whipple, Ron Albo, Lance Schwitt, Brent Orm, and Dick Creighton. Mark Swally, the Denver Christian head coach, will get to the assistants after this play. 3rd down and 11. Ely, play action, rolling left. Here comes the pressure. Stops, throws off his back foot, and it's going to be caught. A diving reception, but well short of the first down to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 3 to J.R. Finley. Denver Christian assistants Jerry Anima, Barry Meyer, Steve Ribbons, Troy Vandenbroek, and Daryl Velgersdijk.
That was kind of a scary pass as Matt had a lot of pressure on him, and he was rolling left, and he's a right-handed quarterback, so he was kind of throwing awkward anyway, but when he did throw it, it kind of floated on him, and I was a little bit afraid because there was Denver Christian linebackers running up there ready to pick that thing off.
Jose Cardina standing at his own 31-yard line, 2 men back for Denver Christian. There's the snap, no rush whatsoever, and he gets a high, short punt that'll land at the 31-yard line, take a Beat Digger bounce, and down by Anthony Hurt at the 29-yard line. So a punt of 27 yards by Jose Cardenas, and with 9:15 to go in the first quarter, Denver Christian has their initial possession at the 29. Their quarterback is Kenny Caddy, and their top running back, Kirk Neuenhuis, the 175-pound junior. Certainly the man to watch out for in the backfield. G.J. Henry, I believe, is in that backfield as well. 1st and 10 for the 29. Caddy looking over the defense. The toss right to Neuenhuis. Running wide, got a seam to the 30. Now to the 35. Skips the man at the 40. He's got a first down to around the 41-yard line. A gain of 12 and a big, big hole for Neuenhuis on the outside, Dave.
Yeah, what Denver Christian lined up in, they had a sort of a double tight formation. The only difference was they take their flanker and they put him out there on the right side that time, and they move their tight end out just a couple more yards, so it stretches your defensive end out, and it stretches your whole defense out on that side, and it makes it easier to run.
1st and 10 just outside the 40-yard line. Under center, Caddy. Play action, rolling to his left, looking to throw deep towards the right sideline. That pass is going to be incomplete. Nearly picked off at the 26-yard line by Josh Gutierrez. He was the closest man to the football. The Denver Christian receiver across the way, I believe, is Jacob Briesman. And actually, Gutierrez had him beat, so no shot of catching that football whatsoever.
The only person that had a shot at catching that ball was Josh Gutierrez, and Josh just had some phenomenal coverage there. He had him covered to the inside, and had that ball been thrown on the money, I think it would have been hard to catch anyway.
Tyler Henry's the man in the backfield with Kirk Neuenhuis. 2nd down and 10, Denver Christian from their own 40-yard line. And Caddy's going to hand it off on the counter to Neuenhuis across the 40, diving to the 45. James Ginther got a hand on the ankle of Neuenhuis to pick up a 5, 3rd down and 5. That Digger defensive line, as Davis mentioned, the entire defense bending but not breaking throughout the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I concentrated on the line of scrimmage on that last play. What I saw was a dead even matchup, boy. The offensive line fired off, the defensive line fired off, and it was just a standstill right there at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 5. Denver Christian just outside their own 45. Have to get inside the 50. Caddy on the handoff to Neuenhuis. Up the middle, hit at the 49, but he bowls his way, lowering his head into Digger territory. 1st down at the 48. He needed 5. He got 6. The tackle by Adam Hinojos, and that was one battle won by a Crusader.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when he hit Cardenas right there, Cardenas was the one that ended up on his back. So I'll tell you what, this Neuenhuis kid, he runs pretty hard.
No doubt about it. 1st down and 10 for Denver Christian at the Brush 48-yard line. 7:53 to go, opening quarter, no score. In this Class 2A quarterfinal playoff game, the winner takes on either Roaring Fork or Estes Park. The Diggers with 7 on the line. The option right by Caddy's going to run the football to the 46, get nailed there. He might have backed his way into the 45, where J.R. Finley finished him off after Adam Hinojos had the initial hit. It'll be a gain of 3, making it 2nd down and 7. And right now, Denver Christian trying to utilize every area of the field in the early going. Yeah,
and they ran that option that time to their weak side because the Digger defense has to line up and show respect to that flanker that's lined up behind their tight end and their tackle over here on the left side. That time they ran the option to the right side. So what happens is there's a whole bunch of changeovers that have to happen in a 5-2 defense for somebody to come up and make the tackle on the quarterback. And a lot of times it's the free safety that's got to fly up there. He's the man that's got to come from 10 yards away to make the tackle.
And J.R. Finley was able to make that play as the 3rd beat Digger in on that play. In motion to the left, Henry. Here's the pitch left to Neuenhuis, taking it to the outside. 1st down to the 36, and he tumbles down at the 35. The tackle by James Ginther, but it's a pickup of 10 yards for Kirk Neuenhuis.
Denver Christian just making some really good blocks, and our linebackers aren't doing a real good job of slicing up towards the line of scrimmage and filling the hole. So our linebackers are really going to have to step it up and get out there to help make the tackle.
The receiver to the right is Eric Colby. 1st and 10, Denver Christian. This drive began at their 29. They're at the beat Digger 35. The backs are split, and Caddy is going to roll to his right now, throw, and it is dropped underneath to Tyler Henry at the 29-yard line as James Ginther was pressuring. It'll be 2nd down, and Henry was wide open in that right flats, but a little bit too tall, and Henry couldn't pull it in.
Henry came from the backfield on that as the fullback, and I'm sure they're looking for ways to get the ball to some other people besides Neuenhuis. even though Neuenhuis has got 33 yards on 4 carries.
6:33 to go, opening quarter, no score in this Class 2A quarterfinal playoff. Second down and 10 for the Crusaders at the Beat Diggers' 35-yard line with a backs and an eye. Henry and Neuenhuis. Caddy is going to roll to his right, wants to throw. Pressure coming for the backside, over the middle. The pass is incomplete. Intended at the 30-yard line for Luke Denoy, the 195-pound senior tight end. He threw that football into lots of traffic. Maybe better that he threw it low and away from the receiver.
Yeah, and even threw it back against the grain because Brush had their linebackers right there. I watched Cardenas he was right there, but the thing was is his momentum was carrying him over towards the Denver Christian sideline, and he couldn't reach back and pick that pass off.
Now we know that third down has hurt the Beat Diggers on defense, particularly at home this year against Ray and Eaton. Let's see if they can respond. 3rd and 10. 3 men out to the right. Neuenhuis at the 40-yard line out to the right, despite the ball being at the 35. This will be a handoff right side to Henry. He gets to the 30, slips a tackle. First down to the 25, still on his feet, inside the 20 to the 19, a gain of 16. It looked like Jose Cardenas might have had him at the 30, but that missed tackle cost the Beat Diggers a possible 4th down.
And that hurt him, too. Cardenas was coming off the field. Looks like he's kind of holding his right shoulder. He might have got a stinger on that, but there's a big contact, and Cardenas was the one that got the worst of it.
The Beat Diggers expecting pass, and it was the run. Denver Christian at the 19, moving right to left. And their road whites with the blue numerals and blue pants and white socks from the 19. This will be a toss right to Neuenhuis, getting a block from Henry. Gets to the 17-yard line, dragged down near the 15. Adam Hinojos made the first hit. A couple of other Beat Diggers completed the play near the far sideline. It'll be a gain of 4 if they give him just the 15 and not the 14. And, well, they'll give him the 14. Pick up a 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
That time Brush did a lot better job of controlling the play, not letting that pitch get outside and go for 10 yards. That time they held him for just 5. But everybody at home should know there was a lot more people out there that were helping to turn that thing back in and give some support on making the tackle.
This will be the 11th play of the drive, 2nd and 5 from the 14-yard line. Henry, the lone setback, has the football, running it up the gut towards the right. Is hit at the 12, might have got to the 11 as the Beat Diggers stack him up. It appears it's only going to be a gain of 2. Making it 3rd down and 3. Good job by that Digger line.
You bet. And it was kind of a counter action where Denver Christian had those trips out here, and I think they're just setting them out here so that Brush forgets about him, and then they run up the middle. But that time, what Henry did was he lined up more to the left side, and then Caddy rolled out and gave an inside handoff as he ran sort of a counter back across the grain again.
Denver Christian 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. 3rd and 3 from the Beat Digger 12. This will be an end around, running left to the 10. This will be a first down to the 5. Touchdown. Touchdown towards that left corner of the end zone for Adam Hanna from 12 yards away. No Beat Digger there to make the play. Denver Christian leads 6-0.
Yeah, what Hanna did was he lined up as that little slot like we talked about earlier where they have that bubble out there. They have a tackle, and then off the line of scrimmage they have that flanker, and then they have a tight end. And they faked everything up the middle and gave it to Hanna on that little reverse counter. But that's not anything that should surprise or scare Brush because Brush has stopped a lot of offense that like to run that exact same play.
Neuenhuis to attempt the extra point. Off the hold of Caddy. There's the snap. It is down. Neuenhuis's kick is up. And that is good. 4:36 to go in the opening quarter. Denver Christian 7, Brush nothing on 10-10 KSIR. John Beltran, Dave Urig back from Beat Digger Stadium in Brush. 12-play, 71-yard drive in 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Short kickoff. It lands and fielded by O'Kelly at the 15-yard line, straight ahead to the 20. Breaks it across the 30 to around the 33-yard line, a return of 18. And the Beat Diggers will take over there. Adam Hanna with a 12-yard end around. Scores for Denver Christian, and the extra point being good, and DC has this 7-0 lead as Kenny Cotty took his offense down the field for DC.
Boy, and they look good. Nothing really complicated or complex. Even that end around, even though it's kind of tricky, there's really nothing tricky about it because Brush has seen it so many times. They just methodically move the ball down the field, and the Brush defense couldn't stop them. Let's
see if the Brush offense can counter. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Ferracini is in motion to the left. Handoff right side to Geno across the 35, and he stumbles to the 38-yard line. A couple of Crusaders in there to make the play. including Kevin Straley, the 210-pound senior linebacker, but it is a gain of about 5.
And I'll tell you what, you saw the decoy action that Ferricini provides for Geno that opens that play up, where the defensive end over on the far side and the linebacker were flying out there to make the tackle on him. Geno just ran uphill on this other side and picked up 6 nice yards.
2nd down and 4 from the 39-yard line. The backs are split, Geno and O'Kelly. Finley, the receiver, to the left. To the right is Gutierrez in motion to the left, Cummings. And here's the handoff inside. Geno maybe a yard to the 40-yard line, right up the gut. The penetration by Denver Christian's Kurt Cotty, the 245-pound sophomore defensive lineman, but it's still a 3rd down and 3.
On that play, Geno ran right up the middle, and the hole was there. It just wasn't very big, and he had a big guy blocking for him there, right? Tyson Krull, and Geno ran into his back before he ever got a chance to get his feet moving very well, and that's kind of what slowed him down.
The Beet Diggers have 1 first down in this game. It's only their 2nd drive with 3:18 to go in the opening quarter, trailing 7-0. Geno the lone setback. 3rd and 3 from the 40. Ferricini in motion to the left, and he has the football running wide. He's going to be thrown for about a 6-yard loss. Holy Mahungus, an excellent play by Dylan Peters. The 165-pound junior who stayed home did not bite and made the play a 7-yard loss all the way back to the 33-yard line, and that's a play, Dave. If it doesn't work, the Beet Diggers are in big trouble today.
That's right, and I'll tell you what, the tackles for Brush are having to make a reach block out there on the defensive ends to make that play work, and that time Hinojos just didn't have enough speed to get out there and contain him.
Jose Cardenas to punt, standing at his own 20. Needs to get off a good one here. The snap is low. He fields it on a hop, and he gets it off the right side of his foot. That's not going anywhere but towards the 50, and it takes a Denver Christian bounce, and it's down at the 45-yard line. Only a punt of 12 yards, and the Beet Diggers, who've had excellent special teams this year, particularly from Cardenas, who could be an all-conference punter, certainly struggling today.
Yeah, Cardenas, I'm sure he's not very happy with his game so far. He's taken a couple of hits, and then he's had a couple of punts that were way under his average for the year.
Well, this Beet Digger defense has got to come to play right now as Kenny Cotty steps onto the field for Denver Christian, the quarterback getting ready to get under center. 1st down and 10. They already lead by a touchdown. Looks like Travis Bowles is now in the backfield with Neuenhuis. Here's the counter over to Neuenhuis, hit in the backfield, a loss of 1. Zach Tedford, Michael Cummings, Luke Bollinger, all on the penetration.
Brush had a little blitz going that time, and luckily we guessed right, and the boys made a good tackle to hold Neuenhuis for his first loss of the game.
They need a lot more losses than that. 2nd down and 11 from the Beet Digger 46-yard line, under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. The Beet Diggers with 6 on the line. And Cotty with a long count. The toss right to Neuenhuis has running room to the outside to the 45, and he's hit at the 41-yard line. Boy, an excellent individual play, only a gain of about 5. J.R. Finley got low and stuck Neuenhuis, making sure that 5 yards would be all he gets.
Exactly, and Brush they have to put 6 guys up on the line of scrimmage because even though Faith Christian only has 7 offensive linemen, just the fact that they have that flanker in that little bubble spot where they spread their tight end out a little bit further forces Brush to bring one more guy up just to equalize things a little bit.
Here's that dreaded 3rd down again, 3rd and 6 for Denver Christian. From the Brush 41-yard line, could be 4-down territory. The backs appear to be in an eye this time as Cotty back to throw, looking left, throws, and the pass is complete, and a 1st down, breaking a tackle to the 20, left sideline 15 to the 10, dragged out of bounds at around the 7-yard line is Luke Denoy, a big pickup for these Denver Christian Crusaders. It's a gain of 34.
He just ran a little out, like about a 5 or maybe it was more like a 10-yard out, and Cotty just threw the ball right on the numbers. And after he caught it, he turned it upfield, and the Brush cornerback left his feet as he dove for him instead of keeping his feet driving through the ball carrier, and that's what enabled those extra 20 yards on that play.
In the backfield, Bowles along with Neuenhuis, 1st and 10 from the Beet Diggers' 7-yard line. The Diggers cannot stop Denver Christian on the 3rd down. The pitch right to Neuenhuis, back towards the middle at the 5, and he dives to around the 2. The gain of 5. He might have gotten to the 1. That might have been the final play of the opening quarter. as we are down to 18 seconds to go, and that ball is placed at around the 2. It'll be second and goal from that vantage point. The clock now reads 8 seconds to go. Denver Christian walking up to the line of scrimmage. Will they get this play off before the quarter ends? 3 seconds to go. Cotty under center, and the clock is going to run out on the first quarter. Denver Christian 7, Brush nothing. We're back after this on 1010 KSIR. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Brush, where the Denver Christian Crusaders dominated the opening quarter. Third down conversion's the big key. Every time the Beat Diggers have a chance to stop them on third down, Dave, they can't do so.
Yeah, that's kind of been something that's plagued Brush for the last couple of years, where one of the worst things you could hope for is to be third and long or fourth and long, because a lot of times it turns into a huge play that teams break loose for touchdowns.
It was 3rd and 10 on the opening drive when they ran a play with Tyler Henry, who gained 16. Then you had a 3rd and 6 and a 34-yard pass completion 2 plays ago from Kenny Cotty to Luke Denoy. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 2. Travis Bowles in the backfield, along with Kirk Neuenhuis. Cotty is going to turn around, hand off to Neuenhuis right side. He runs in standing, untouched. 13-0 Denver Christian on the first play of the second quarter from 2 yards away.
Denver Christian starting to win that battle on the line of scrimmage as they just fire off. You know, they're not going on 1 or 2 every time. Cotty's doing a good job of changing up his count, and that's forcing the Digger defensive line to kind of have to hang back and not really charge forward because they can't anticipate when the ball is going to be snapped. And consequently, the Denver Christian offensive line is just firing off like crazy and blowing them out.
Neuenhuis to attempt the extra point off the hold of Kenny Cotty. Awaiting the snap. There it is. Puts it down. The kick is up. Looks pretty short. Did he make it? Did it go over the uprights? Yes, it went just over the crossbar inside the uprights. Wow. That might have been about a 23-yard extra point the way he made it. 11:57 to go in the second. Denver Christian 14. Brush nothing. Back after this on KSIR. Bobby O'Kelly has just fumbled the ensuing kickoff at the 27-yard line. I thought he was down at the 27, but no, they're going to say that he fumbled the football, and Denver Christian recovers at the 25-yard line, so a rare mistake on special teams by the Beat Diggers. I thought the ball came out late, Dave, but hey, you got to hold on to it either way.
That's right. The best bet is just hold on to that thing and lay on it. But you know that kickoff looked kind of weird because after O'Kelly caught the ball, it's like the whole Digger team was just kind of jogging out there. They weren't really going full blast like you have to do on a kickoff and run straight forward. So when you're going half speed and the other team's going full speed, nothing good is going to happen for you.
1st and 10 from the 25. Cotty back to throw, setting up deep over the middle, and it's going to be picked off, I believe. No! Stolen away! Touchdown! Josh Gutierrez had position on David Ribbons, and Ribbons ripped it away from Gutierrez, makes the catch 5 yards deep into the end zone, and that was highway robbery, but Denver Christian leads 20-0 with 11:43 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Gutierrez had position, and he went up, and he had the interception, but before they got to the ground, I'll tell you what, Ribbons just wrestled that ball away from Gutierrez and kind of showed some strength, and Josh couldn't hold on to it, and Ribbons came down with it, so it's another Denver Christian touchdown.
25-yard pass play. They scored twice within a span of 14 seconds. Extra point is up and good. 11:43 to go second quarter. Denver Christian 21. Brush nothing. Time to wake up. If you're a Beat Digger, this is 1010 KSIR. Bobby O'Kelly fields a kickoff on a hop at the 7-yard line across the 15 to the 20, and he's down at the 21, a return of 14 yards for Bobby O'Kelly. Now, the last 2 drives have gone like this for Denver Christian. A 5-play, 45-yard drive in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Kirk Neuenhuis from 2 yards away, 14-0, and then, after the fumble by Bobby O'Kelly on the ensuing kickoff, a 25-yard pass from Kenny Cotty to David Ribbons, a 7-second drive, and it's 21-0. Beat Diggers now have the football. They'll mark it at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Veracini in motion to the right. Handoff. Geno right side as a whole to around the 25-yard line before he is tripped up over there by Kevin Straley, the senior linebacker, to pick up a 5. 2nd down and 5.
that takes Geno to only 13 yards today on 4 carries. So he's a little off his mark compared to where he likes to be running the ball.
Well, the Beat Diggers are a second-half team. There's no question about it. That wasn't the case last week, but during the course of the regular season, they have played very well in the second half. 2nd down and 5 from the 25. O'Kelly in motion to the right, and the handoff inside to Geno. Individual tackle again as he gets to the 29-yard line. Boy, Denver Christian always has somebody there. That time it was Tyler Henry. A gain of 4, 3rd down, and a long 1. These guys don't miss a tackle, Dave.
No, I'll tell you what, they fire in there and they keep driving their feet and they hit low. So that's some good tackling on their part. But I'll tell you what, Geno's ran the ball twice now, and now it's 3rd and short. And this is kind of what Brush needs to do, in my mind. Give the ball to the workhorse and let that offensive line do the job, because that's what's got him to this point.
3rd down and a long 1. In motion to the left is Ferracini. Handoff to Geno off the left side. He's across the 30 to the 31, very close. He had to get just beyond that 30, and he might have gotten the 2 yards from here. It looks like a 1st down, and it is a 1st down for the Beat Diggers. And, Dave, even though you'd want to get back into this game rather quickly, the bottom line, there's so much time remaining. Time is not a factor right now.
No, not at all. You have to remember, Denver Christian's going to get the ball on the kick at the start of the second half. But like you said, time's not really a factor. They need to just establish some offense and just keep grinding it out and keep that Denver Christian offense off the field.
1st and 10, Beat Diggers from their own 31-yard line. In motion to the left is O'Kelly. Play action, throwing right. The pass is going to be dropped. Nice break up at the 34-yard line, intended by J.R. Finley, for J.R. Finley by David Ribbons, and that was Persley, who was actually in motion to the left for the Beat Diggers. Nonetheless, 2nd down and 10 following the incompletion.
That was a really nice play there by Ribbons, as he just flew in there, and he made contact right when the ball got there. He used his free hand to reach in there and strip the ball away from Finley.
Persley is out. Tomas Perez is in. Gutierrez and O'Kelly line up as the receivers to the left. Finley and Perez to the right. 2nd down and 10 from the 31. Denver Christian leading 21-0. O'Kelly in motion to the right. And this is a play action. Healy throws over the middle. The pass is going to be incomplete. At the 45-yard line, Perez was wide open. Ely might have felt the pressure coming from Dylan Peters off the backside and just lofted that thing short.
I'll tell you what, Perez was just wide open right over the middle with that 5 route. And I think you're right. Ely was getting a lot of pressure. He knew he was going to have to take a hit, and right there at the last second, he might have been thinking about maybe rolling out and throwing it and maybe trying to do it at the same time, and that's probably what made that pass come up short.
It'll be 3rd and 10. The Beat Diggers at their own 31-yard line. Faith Christian at Wells Central, Roaring Fork at Estes Park, Eaton at Eagle Valley, the other 3 Class 2A quarterfinal playoff games. Right now the visitors dominating this one. And Ely rolling to his left, pressure coming, still rolling to his left. He throws off his back foot well out of bounds. He couldn't do anything other than throw that football there as he was nailed while throwing the football by Luke Denoy. And the Beat Diggers will have to punt. And Dave, this does not look like a Brush team that can match up, at least in the early going, with this Denver Christian team. Adjustments are going to have to be made.
Oh, a lot of adjustments are going to have to be made, and one of them is just people just got to knuckle down and bear down and decide, how bad they want to win this thing, and people, a lot of the kids are going to have to do some introspection and see how good a job they're doing themselves, because Ely had so much pressure right there, he didn't even have a chance to throw the ball.
Jose Cardenas standing back at his own 17-yard line. His punting has not been his best today. A low snap. He fields it on a hop. Here comes the pressure, almost blocked, but he gets it off to the right side. It'll land at the 45-yard line, take a Beat Digger hop at around the 43. Respectable punt of 26 yards, considering that he was nearly nailed there and the punt was nearly blocked.
Yeah, that was the 3rd snap I've seen in a row that hit the ground right before Cardenas had a chance to catch it.
Denver Christian will get the ball officially at their own 44. 21 points is enough, Dave. This is blowout mode if they score again.
Yeah. It could get ugly at that point,
But if they can stop them on 3rd down, that changes everything. Now, this is where the Beat Diggers in the past have come up with turnovers. That's what they'll need now. 1st and 10. Kenny Cotty under center is going to hand it off to Neuenhuis, running right to the 45, back towards the middle. J.R. Finley hits him, but not before Neuenhuis gets to the 50. Michael Cummings also in on the play, a gain of 6.
Neuenhuis has got 55 yards now on 10 carries.
Second down and 4, 9:15 to go in the second quarter. The Beat Diggers, who lost one game this year, was to Eaton at home on the 3rd of October. 39-28, down by 3 touchdowns from midfield. Cotty will hand it off left side to Travis Bull, slips a tackle, and is hit at the 50-yard line as Anthony Hurt came up and made the play. Maybe a gain of half a yard, but we'll call it no gain. A very, very nice play by the Beat Digger sophomore linebacker. Third down and 4 with 8:37 to go in the second. Boy, and I hate saying third down when Denver Christian has the football. It's just been a bad omen so far for Brush. What does DC go to right now? Just over the 50-yard line. Cotty trying to get the Diggers to jump. The toss right to Neuenhuis. Neuenhuis hit after maybe a gain of 1 or 2 yards. An excellent play by Brush's Jose Cardenas, who got down low, gain of 2. It'll be 4th down and 2 from the 48-yard line. And with a 21-point lead, head coach Mark Swally not taking any chances. He's sending in his punting team.
And, you know, that's what you got to do in big games like this. It wouldn't be smart for Denver Christian with this big lead to go for it and not get the first down and give Brush the ball right here in midfield. Because remember, Brush is still one of the most powerful offenses in the state.
Josh Gutierrez standing at the 11. And the punt is taken at the 40-yard line. A high short punt, I should say, taking a Digger roll back to around the 35-yard line off the foot of Chris Rhyme. So not a very good punt at all. 13 yards for Chris Rhyme. And the Beat Diggers have the football at their own 35-yard line. And pretty decent field position for Brush with 7:32 to go in the second.
The ball finally bounced in Brush's favor, and when it did, it bounced hard because the Denver Christian kid, I was watching him, he was running as fast as he could, and at the last minute he had to dive to try to stop the ball, and that was right when it went out of bounds, so a big break for Brush.
Huge break. Now they have to capitalize on that break as Ferracini is in. Is somebody going to check out, or he is the 11th man? First and 10, Brush just outside their own 35-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Geno, the lone setback in motion. To the left is Tyler Ferracini. And play action. Ely to throw towards the right sideline. Finley wide open. It's got it in the 40-yard line. Right sideline 30. And he's tackled at around the 29. Finley could not break away from one Denver Christian Crusader and David Ribbons, who saves a touchdown. But a huge pickup for the Beat Diggers. It's a gain of 35 and a Brush first down.
I'll tell you what, Finley's he's standing there kind of still. I know he had a pulled groin muscle, maybe like a hip flexor, that muscle that's right in front of your hip, and he was running down the field, streaking down the field, and Ely just made a perfect throw, and Finley catches the ball, and probably right when he was trying to stretch out, maybe break the tackle, he might have pulled that again, and I noticed Coach Whipple and Coach Christensen are out there tending to him, so this could look ugly for J.R. Finley.
Yeah, that means Tyler Ferracini, Josh Gutierrez, Michael Cummings, Bobby O'Kelly are going to have to be primary targets if Finley cannot return to this game.
Finley was the only receiver to catch a pass today. He's caught 3 of them for 46 yards. So, you know, losing him early in the game like this is not a good thing.
We'll take a timeout. Denver Christian 21, Brush nothing. You're listening to the Class 2A quarterfinal playoffs on 1010 KSIR. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Beat Digger Stadium in Brush. It appears J.R. Finley could be out of this game for good, Dave.
Yeah, you know, initially I know that he had a pulled muscle, but the problem is he didn't put any weight on that leg at all, so I'm pretty concerned. I'm not sure what's going on down there.
First and 10 Beat Diggers from the 29-yard line of Denver Christian. Geno, the lone setback. Ferracini in motion to the left. Geno with a handoff running left, trying to get to the outside. Skips over a man to the 25, left sideline 20. Breaks the tackle to 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Touchdown, Greg Geno. 29 yards away with some nifty running. The Beat Diggers back into this one with 7:10 to go in the second, trailing 21-6.
You know, I don't know if Geno really thought he could get in the end zone. It's like he kept getting hit, but he kept expecting to be thrown down, and he just kept running, and then all of a sudden, once he realized he was on the outside and it was wide open and he started running, he smelled that end zone and just ran right into the corner over there. So a great play by Geno, and I think a huge confident builder for Brush.
Well, a huge confidence builder could be a made extra point by Robert Rubacaba. This is a big kick. The Beat Diggers have had trouble all season off the hold of Travis Bass. The snap is good. The kick is up, and that kick is good. 7:10 to go, second quarter. Denver Christian 21, Brush 7. We return after this break on KSIR. 2 plays, 64 yards, a 29-yard run from Greg Geno in 22 seconds. The time of the drive, the Beat Diggers back in the game, trailing 21-7. Robert Rubacaba to kick it off for Brush. Let's see if he can boom one. Low line drive, and that one's going to be caught at the 7-yard line, running straight ahead to the 15, the 20, a scene to the 25. Briesman breaks it to the 40. He's now at the 45-yard line to the 46 before the tackle is made. A return of about 39 yards. Travis Bass didn't save a touchdown, or perhaps maybe saved a touchdown considering there was only one other Beat Digger back there once Briesman got through the majority of the Beat Digger team.
You know, this is a situation where a lot of guys that weren't on the field on offense are out there, and you need those guys to step up and make a play. And that time what happened is there was a seam that was created right up the middle and a couple of missed tackles. It was a good thing that Bass flew in there and made that thing, or it could have gone the distance.
3 receivers to the right, 1st and 10 for Denver Christian from their own 45-yard line. And Cotty's going to run it right up the middle. The quarterback is going to lunge for a first down, a quarterback keeper, and a gain of 10. Holy mahungus.
Cardenas hit him after about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, but he left his feet, and Caddy just showed a ton of strength as he just kept charging his feet and kept running. Cardenas tried to hold on to his jersey, and there was just no way he was going to be able to stop him.
Tyson Krall checks in. Michael Cummings is out. 1st and 10 for Denver Christian at the Beat Digger 45-yard line. Again, same formation. One setback for DC. Cotty has the football, is going to hand it off right side back to Henry, and there's a flag down as he gets to around the 39-yard line. James Ginther grabs him around the ankles. Was it in the area of holding for Denver Christian?
It might have been, but I'll tell you what, again, I hate to zero in on players, but I watched the Brush linebackers leaving their feet, trying to make arm tackles against some strong running backs, and that's something you just can't do at this level of play. Those kids got to stay in there and keep driving their feet and make contact and have to worry about making an arm tackle.
Well, this one's going back to the 48-yard line. 7-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 1st down and 17. Again, you got to make 3 good plays in a row here. The Beat Diggers have made 2 good plays in a row, but 3 has often been the problem. Same formation as the previous 2 plays. 1st and 10, Denver Christian from their own 48-yard line, and Cotty wants to throw deep in the pocket, setting up over the middle. That pass is going to be almost intercepted by Josh Gutierrez at the 18-yard line. Major traffic there. 2 DC receivers, including Jacob Briesman. And I wonder if Ribbons was the other one. Travis Bass was out there, and so was Tomas Perez. Just a mess.
Yeah, they just ran all 3 of those receivers that were out there in a trips formation. They ran all 3 of them on deep 7 patterns right down the middle of the field. And I know everybody wishes Gutierrez would have caught that thing, but I'll tell you what, how can you fault him? He's been in on every single pass play that Denver Christian's thrown, and he hasn't been burned on any of them. 2nd
down and 17 from their own 48-yard line, and Cotty this time back to pass again, setting up, throwing left side. Man is out there, complete, and going towards that 1st down marker at around the 35-yard line. See if we got that. It's Luke Denoy, the man who made the 34-yard catch last time, and that's going to be a pickup of about 17 and just shy of a 1st down.
Denver Christian's managed to throw the ball for 76 yards today. Cotty's only gone 3 for 6, but he's got 2 receptions to Denoy, and Denoy's caught both of them, 1 for 34, 1 for 17, for a total of 51 yards.
3rd and 1, quarterback keeper. That's a 1st down to the 33, a gain of 2. Adam Hinojos, Anthony Hurt, Jose Cardenas all make the tackle, but the quick count by Cotty through the Beat Digger defense off rhythm. 6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Denver Christian in the lead, 21-7. These are the Class 2A quarterfinal playoffs on 1010 KSIR as Denver Christian began this drive at their own 45. Now at the Beat Digger 33. 3 receivers to the right. 1 setback. Handoff left side to Tyler Henry. Hit at the line of scrimmage. and done right there. Boy, he was belted by Luke Bollinger.
Denver Christian using those trips out here on this side as a decoy that forces Brush to bring, a linebacker, a strong safety, and their corner out here to cover them. And then they're hoping that they're going to shift their free safety over far enough to where, Brush is going to forget about the run, and then they try to run it to the other side.
2nd down and 10, DC from the Beat Digger 33-yard line. Watch for the toss perhaps on this play with this formation. And that is a toss right to Neuenheis. Neuenheis to the 30, puts his head down, spins to around the 27. Travis Bass was there with Jose Cardenas and Josh Gutierrez. It is a gain of 6, 3rd down and 4. Dave, I guess some of their plays are predictable.
Yeah, I think, it seems like every time they line up in that bubble and the ball's on one hash mark or the other hash mark, and they have a big, long, wide field to run to, Denver Christian likes to just make that little pitch, that little toss back to Neuenheis and let him pick and find his own hole, and so far it's working because he's had some big numbers today.
3rd and 4 from the 27, Neuenheis the receiver to the left. Kenny Cotty turns around, handoff, Neuenheis left side, he's hit at the 37, gets to the 35, check that 25. Zach Tedford made the play, a gain of 2. Now we've got a 4th down and 2, so the Beat Diggers did the job on 3rd down. Now they have to do it on 4th down as we approach the 4-minute mark of quarter number 2.
Be interesting to see what Denver Christian does here because that little quarterback keepers work so well. Caddies ran that 3 times for 14 yards.
4th down and 2 from the Beat Digger 25. Denver Christian leading by 2 touchdowns. Kenny Cotty is going to pitch it left to Neuenheis. Neuenheis taking it to the outside. He's got a 1st down as he's hit out of bounds across the far sideline by Tomas Perez. At around the 20-yard line, might give him the 19, a gain of 6.
Takes him to 70 yards on 14 carries today.
Well, they'll give him the 18. Well, gain of 7, but nonetheless. The Beat Digger defense tried to get out there, but Neuenheis too big, too fast, too strong. An official's timeout. As we mentioned earlier, the winner of this game faces either Roaring Fork or Estes Park. For Estes Park, if they win, that would be a road game automatically because they are hosting 2 games in a row. Roaring Fork would be at home against either Brush or I believe also Denver Christian. 1st and 10 from the Brush 18-yard line. And here's the keeper off to the right side by Cotty, and he runs to around the 15 after faking a handoff on the end around. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. This will be the 10th play of the drive. They've held the football for over 3.5 minutes.
Brush just did a great job on that play where they faked that end around, they faked a dive up the middle, and still the defensive end and linebacker on this side stayed home long enough to make sure that they made the tackle as Cotty kept the ball.
2nd down and 7 from the 15-yard line. Denver Christian has punted once in this game. Cotty looking over the defense. On 2nd down, runs it up the middle, and he's hit after a gain of maybe 1 or 2. The ball might be loose, and the Beat Diggers have the football. Cotty was stripped, and the Beat Diggers come away with a football after a gain of 2 on the play. Might have been Anthony Hurt recovering the football. They flipped it to the referee so quickly. Either him or Eric Ingmeyer, who gets up holding his wrist, but nonetheless the Beat Diggers have forced a huge turnover and have plenty of time and 3 timeouts remaining in the second.
Well, this is exactly what Brush needed, the big turnover. That's the kind of thing that, a championship team takes advantage of. That's what makes them the best.
No question about it, but the Diggers do have a long, long way to go. They're at their own 13-yard line with 2:55 to go in the second. Trailing 21-7, 2 receivers to the left and to the right. Bobby O'Kelly in motion to the right. Play action, Ely to throw, pumps twice, throws that pass, nearly intercepted, oh boy! Tipped away by Kevin Straley towards the right sideline. Intended for Bobby O'Kelly. The Brush assistants not very happy about that one. That could have been it was dangerous.
Oh, it was totally dangerous because there was 2 Denver Christian guys right there in the way of the pass. They were right in the line of the pass, and on that play, Matt just tried to force it through there. And when the ball's only 20 yards from from your own end zone. That's the kind of thing that if it gets picked off, they don't have to run in the end zone. They can just walk.
Yeah, I'm surprised without Finley in there, they went to the air on first down, but then again, maybe Denver Christian was expecting a run. The Beat Diggers, however, could not execute through the air. 2nd and 10 from their own 13. The lone setback, Geno, in motion now to the right is O'Kelly. And now we've got major confusion. That's going to be a penalty against Brush as the flags fly. And it is going to be delay of game.
Little bit of jitters out there as the Diggers are having a hard time getting the organization that they need to play against a team of this caliber.
And now they've called a timeout. 2:50 to go in the second quarter. Denver Christian 21, Brush 7. This is 10-10 KSIR. 21-7. Denver Christian is in the lead. The Beat Diggers have the football way back at their 8-yard line. 2nd down and 15. And that was a good timeout call. You don't want to waste one when you have an opportunity to score. They don't really have one right now, but Dave, too much confusion.
Yeah, and they just need to get regrouped and get this first down, because the last thing they want to do is give Denver Christian the ball with any kind of time left on the clock.
And field position. 2nd and 15 from the 8. What can Brush pull out of the hat? Ely back to throw. Looking over the middle. That one is almost picked off the hands of the Denver Christian player at the 18-yard line, and Eric Colby intended for Travis Bass, who was well down the field. And boy, this Brush passing game, which has been strong throughout the course of the year, does not have their top receiver, and now is totally missing their identity.
Yeah, it's like they're not sure what's going on, or they lost confidence. There was definitely some kind of miscommunication there as Bass just continued to run that slant over the middle, and I think Ely was expecting him to stop.
3rd down and 15 from the 8-yard line. Beat Diggers have come out of this before shining as Ely back to pass, pumping, throwing towards the right. The pass is incomplete. Josh Gutierrez was open at the 25, and they thought it was pass interference as it was broken up at the last second by David Ribbons. A bullet thrown by Ely and nearly caught as Gutierrez got up slowly, is now running towards the bench.
Yeah, Matt threw that one right on the money, and Josh really needed to make that catch, but the Denver Christian defender just got in there and made that big hit right when the ball got there.
Now, Jose Cardenas needs his best punt of the afternoon without question. He's going to be standing about 4 yards deep in his end zone with 2:40 to go in quarter number 2. Denver Christian still with a full allotment of timeouts. These snaps have been low lately. That one is a perfect one. Here comes the rush, and he barely gets it off, and that one flies towards around the 44-yard line, returning right to the 40, going for the outside, hit at the 35, spinning to the 34, a return of 10 from Jacob Briesman. But a respectable 36-yard punt after Cardenas bobbled the football.
Yeah, I think Cardenas might have been a little bit shocked that ball hit him right in the hands. And so, like we've said so many times, a lot of the easiest ones are the hardest ones to catch. And fortunately, that time he showed, they say quarterbacks have a quick release when they throw the ball. Cardenas has got a pretty good quick release as he kicks the ball.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Denver Christian at the 34. Last score, he had Akron leading Dolores 7-0. Swing 14, Cheyenne Wells 8 in the 8-man playoffs. Idalian 6-man leading Pete's 23-15. From the 34, Baxton and Kenny Cotty with 2 receivers to the right is going to pitch it right. Now the handoff to Briesman, running left back towards the middle. Got to be a holding. There's a flag down, getting to the 30-yard line and dragged down at around the 29. Zach Tedford makes the play on Briesman. There should have been 2 holding calls there. They actually missed the first one, Dave.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm not sure what's going on with the official back behind. If he might, it's kind of an exciting game. Maybe he's watching the ball carrier, but that time he sure did see the hold. Luckily, the back judge behind the defense over here, he saw the hold, and he threw the flag in there. That's why you have 5 officials out there on the field, because they can't see everything.
Boy, but that holding call looked like it was right in front of this other official. He just missed it completely. Anyway, that goes all the way back to the 47-yard line. 13 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. 1st down and 23. The mark to make is the Beat Digger 24, and now Cotty wants to call a timeout. We'll take it with him. 2:11 to go before the break. Denver Christian 21, Brush 7 on 10-10 KSIR. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Beat Digger Stadium in Brush's Class 2A quarterfinal playoff game being led by Denver Christian 21-7. First down and 23 from the Beat Digger 47-yard line. Kenny Cotty on the play action. Back to throw. Here comes pressure. Hit as he throws. That pass is going to be incomplete. Incomplete. Eric Ingmeyer nailed Cotty at the 46-yard line. Cotty wanted a face mask. One Beat Digger dove and nearly made the interception at around the 43-yard line. I'm not sure if that was Ginther or somebody else.
I'll tell you what, that was Eric Ingmeyer that flew in there. First thing he did is he got a ton of penetration, and he just ran right over the top of Henry as Henry tried to block him from his running back position. But then after he ran over that block, he got into the backfield, and he was just all over Cotty. Cotty was wanting a face mask, but it just wasn't there because Ingmeyer had him wrapped up around his shoulder pads.
Second down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Baxton and I. DC looks like they're in a running formation now as Cotty is going to option left, run with a football to the 45, down to the 40, back to the inside, jumping over a man at the 30-yard line, and he's down right there, but it's a gain of 17, setting up a third down and 6. Oh, the Beat Diggers cannot allow another big play like that.
Boy, that's just, we've talked about that and talked about it, how anytime we have anybody that's, second and long or first and long or whatever and long, it seems like teams are able to come up with a pretty big play to equalize that yardage.
We have exactly 90 seconds to go in the opening half. Denver Christian leading by 2 touchdowns is a third and 6. The nose of the ball just shy of the 30-yard line, moving left to right. Tyler Henry in front of Kirk Neuenhuis in the backfield. And this is going to be a handoff. Neuenhuis running right, hit at the 30-yard line, gets to around the 25. Boy, did they give him that much forward progress after Anthony Hurt made the initial play? I guess they did. It's a gain of 5. Now it's 4th and 1.
What happened there is the brush linebacker wrapped up with him, and he had a hold of him, but then he pulled him down on top of him and then threw him forward. So Neuenhuis never actually made contact with the ground. He only made contact with the brush linebacker.
If not, he would have been down at around the 27-yard line as Ferrancini comes out of the game. Now Denver Christian does have a time issue now because the clock is rolling, and we are at 41 seconds to go before halftime. 4th and 1 for the Beat Digger 25-yard line. Is Cotty going to sneak this thing? No, he won't. He'll pitch it left, and that's going to be a first down. However, a flag is down. Travis Bowles gets to around the 22-yard line as the tackle was made over there by Tyson Krall, but the flag is down, and that could be going against Denver Christian. They're walking back towards the other way. That's holding against DC.
A big play for the Brush defense there. I noticed the far official over there is standing over there in the spot where the Digger defenseman was laying on top of the ball, so I'm surprised the Brush didn't end up with the ball on a fumble there.
Well, one thing's for sure. Well, I would think one thing's for sure that they'd go for it with 29 seconds to go. It's 3rd down and 11 with the ball at the 35-yard line. With the clock now stopped. And you have to remember that Eaton game, Dave. Similar situation, a 4th down, and they just heaved it into the end zone. The Digger secondary's got to be aware that can happen, but the clock is now moving.
Denver Christian took their time to get this play out onto the field. I'm not sure if they're ever going to call it or if they're going to wait until the very last second before they snap it.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to wait till about 4 seconds to go, then call a timeout as the clock ticks to 7, 6 seconds, and now the timeout is called. We'll keep it right here with Denver Christian leading 21-7. It's just a shame that the Beat Diggers got off to this very slow start. Yeah,
they just started, it's like they took a whole bunch of sucker punches before they ever decided to step up and start to play, and that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. I'm not sure if maybe the biggest adjustment Brush needs to make at halftime is just to make a team consensus that we're going to start playing football, because it seems like they haven't quite been playing the game that they've been accustomed to playing all year that got them to this point.
So this is not about outsmarting one team or the other. This is simply about out-executing.
Exactly. Geno, he's been, him and the offensive line have pretty much been the workhorses of the offense. Geno's only carried the ball 7 times for 46 yards, and Brush characteristically, ran the ball at least 20 times by this point in the game, and right now we've only had 10 rushing plays.
Well, the Beat Diggers better watch out here, Dave. They don't have a lot of size in that secondary without J.R. Finley. This will be a shotgun formation. Caddy rolling to his right. Here comes the pressure from Hurt. He throws it deep towards the right sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. It landed at the 5-yard line with 3 Beat Diggers out there and 3 Crusaders, and the half is over. Not a good one for the Beat Diggers, but they were down by 21. now only trailing by 14. Denver Christian 21, Brush 7 will take a timeout on 10-10 KSIR. The Beat Diggers trailing 21-7 to the Denver Christian Crusaders. John Beltran and Dave Uhrig back from Beat Digger Stadium, and the Diggers obviously have to prove that they are the second-half team that they were during the course of the regular season. One positive, Dave, is that throughout the last 6-7 minutes of the second quarter, I think they played better, obviously, than they did in the first quarter, and probably outplayed Denver Christian, considering they outscored Denver Christian.
Yeah, exactly. Being able to pick up that turnover right there at the end of the game and kind of shut Denver Christian down, not let them in the end zone, even though they tried. They had two good attempts there late. That was a positive momentum builder for Brush.
And Brush will be on defense to begin this third quarter. That might not be a bad thing, actually. I mean, you'd like to have them get the football first, but, again, time is not a factor right now, and after all, a lot of times when you get back into the football game, it's the defense that sets the tone, and if the defense can stop them here, they start winning the battle of field position, something they have not won today.
Exactly. If they can just get a real good kickoff down there and then force Denver Christian to go 3 and out, that could be just a real big step in the right direction for Brush. Plus, since the offense came out right off the bat, in the first half, they came out a little bit cold. Maybe the right thing is to come out on defense first, just to kind of get those guys a little bit, get their heads and everything a little bit warmed up and a little bit more into the game, so maybe their offense will be a little bit more effective. And
you want to talk about the third area, special teams. If you look at what happened in the opening half, that certainly went in Denver Christian's favor.
Oh, for sure. If anything, just with that fumble, on that kick return, when O'Kelly carried it up the middle, that whole thing just looked so slow from the very beginning. And then O'Kelly ran up in there, and it's like he kind of turned his back on Denver Christian, and the ball popped out. They end up with it, and then they score, a play later off of an interception that Josh Gutierrez had, but it was ripped out of his hands before they hit the ground, and that was just a bad scene for Brush.
The Beat Diggers forced 5 turnovers in their regular season finale, beating Wells Central 33-13 2 weeks ago, forced 5 more, and downing Lamar 18-13 in the opening round of the 2A playoffs, and have forced 1 today. They forced at least 1 turnover in every game this season, but they need a lot more now, trailing by 14. And Denver Christian did have a sizable kickoff return of 39 yards from Jacob Briesman the last time the Diggers kicked it off, so these boys have got to get down there and make the play and have Denver Christian start from inside their 25-yard line. If not, that opens up the arsenal for this Denver Christian team. They don't have to be conservative with better field position.
Right, they can just open up, they can throw it, they can run their reverses, their fake reverses, all those fancy plays that we saw them run there in the first half. They'll be able to set those things up a little bit better. The whole thing for Brush is, they only had 18 offensive plays in the first half compared to 33 offensive plays for Denver Christian. Brush has to keep their offense off the field.
The Beat Diggers with 9 wins this year, their most since 1998, when they went 11-3 and lost in the state championship game of Class 3A back then. And there is an onside kick, and the ball is loose, and the Beat Diggers dive and can't get to the football. Anthony Hurt nearly had it at the 46-yard line. He dove, and it went out of bounds. A risky proposition to start the second half, but it nearly worked.
Yeah, well, Anthony Hurt, he laid out there, but the ball was kicked just a little bit too hard. It was coming a little bit too fast for him to have a shot at catching it.
Well, the Beat Diggers did want the football first in the second half, but now Denver Christian has it. An excellent field position at their own 46-yard line. And, boy, that surprised me, certainly. And how did 20 seconds come off the clock? That's what I'd like to know.
I think that's what the officials are trying to figure out, too, right now.
Yeah, there's no way that 20 seconds could have come off that clock. It should be at 12 minutes. Nobody touched the football.
Well, I'll tell you what, I just love to watch Brush play. Just with that onside kick call right there, it makes it a lot of fun for the players as well as the fans. This is an exciting football team.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for Denver Christian. Kenny Cotty, the quarterback, with Tyler Henry and Kirk Neuenhuis in the backfield. They are in an eye, and Cotty is going to option left. He's going to keep the football. He's hit at the 48-yard line, and now he spins to the 50. Luke Bollinger had the first hit, but a gain of 4 for Kenny Cotty on that option left.
takes him to 40 yards on 7 carries today. So there's a quarterback that likes to run the ball.
2nd down and 6 for the 50. Denver Christian setting up on the left side of the field, moving left to right from our vantage point as we begin quarter number 3. Again, Henry in front of Neuenhuis on 2nd down, and this will be the handoff left side to Henry. He storms to around the 44. Maybe a first down right at the stick, a pickup of 6 before Travis Bass helps to clean it up. And that will be a first down for Denver Christian.
Brush for sure is looking for Neuenhuis so much, that they forgot about some of Denver Christian's other weapons.
And Tyler Henry certainly is one of them. He won't get the football a lot, but enough to keep the Brush defense honest. Michael Cummings is out. Tyson Kroll is in. First down and 10 from the Beat Digger 44-yard line. And Cotty's going to hand it off to Neuenhuis right up the gut. He puts his head down, gets to around the 41-yard line before he stacked up. The ball is stripped, but well after Neuenhuis was down. Several Beat Diggers getting off the bottom of the pile, including Luke Bollinger, Zach Tedford, and Eric Ingmeyer. It's a gain of 3.
That time, Denver Christian lined up with that little bubble out here on the right side, and they just had that eye, and they just turned around and pitched it back to Neuenhuis, and he just ran it straight ahead, right up the gut as they ran an ISO right at Brush.
Receivers split left and right. 2nd down and 7 for the Beat Digger 41-yard line. And this will be a toss right to Neuenhuis, running it back towards the middle. He's hit at the 35-yard line by Adam Hinojos. A gain of 6, 3rd down and 1. Neuenhuis with excellent vision.
Again, Brush linebackers just having a hard time stepping up and filling the hole, providing the enforcement that they need. Those linebackers have to fly up there, and when Neuenhuis cuts it back upfield, there should be a linebacker right there making the tackle, and it didn't happen again on that play.
3rd and 1. This is almost an automatic for Denver Christian. They've been picking these up without any problem, especially with a quarterback Cotty on those sneaks. From the 35 of Brush with a backs and an eye. Receiver split out to the right is Eric Colby. And Cotty, handoff, Henry, first down, right side to the 32. A gain of 3 before the tackle was made by Jose Cardenas and Eric Ingmeyer.
28 yards for Henry now on 5 carries. So between their 2 running backs, I'll tell you what, they're knocking down about 4, 5, 6 yards a carry.
And this drive only began at the Denver Christian 46 because the Beat Diggers attempted an onside kick to begin the second half. 1st and 10. This Brush crowd wants to get into it for the 32 of Brush. Kenny Cotty with a long count has the football. The toss left to Neuenhuis. Neuenhuis to the outside. He is hit at the line of scrimmage after the penetration by Tyler Ferragini. No gain. And also getting in on that tackle for Brush is Eric Ingmeyer. But again, 2nd and 10.
That time, Brush played it exactly like they want to play it. And fortunately for Brush, they had the defense out there to do it because Ferracini's the strong safety, and he was right over there in position to help force that thing back up inside.
Under 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, the Beat Diggers trailing 21-7 in this Class 2A quarterfinal playoff game. 2nd down and 10, Denver Christian at the Beat Digger 32-yard line. They're in that bubble again, as Dave likes to say. Here's the option left. Nobody is there, and that's a big loss of 4 yards. Eric Ingmeyer, Jose Cardenas penetrated. I believe that Cotty was looking for Neuenhuis, but he had to eat that football, and he lost 4.
Yeah, Neuenhuis was going right, and Cotty was going left. Those two things don't go hand in hand when you're trying to run an option.
Nope, not peanut butter and jelly there. More like peanut butter and banana, although I know some people have had that. Cummings is in, and Luke Bollinger will sprint off the field. 3rd down and 14. Denver Christian for the Beat Digger 36. They've used up almost 4 minutes of clock to start this 3rd quarter. With a backs and an eye. And Cotty, back to pass, deep drop. Here comes pressure. The throw is complete to the 24-yard line, breaking a tackle, spinning to the 21. That is a first down, and it's a gain of 15. And the pass was caught by Denver Christian's Adam Hanna, the man who scored the initial touchdown of the game.
Hanna came open because the Brush defender, I couldn't really tell who it was, but the Brush defender fell down right next to him right as the ball was getting there. That's the only reason that pass was completed. I'll tell you what, Cotty paid the price on that one as he took a couple of pretty big hits right there in the middle of the backfield.
The ball just shy of the Beat Digger 21. That could have been a killer in this game. First and 10 for Denver Christian. Now controlling the football for nearly 4.5 minutes to start the third. There was movement in the backfield by Neuenhuis, and the play will not start. The flags are down. That'll be first and 15 on the illegal procedure.
I've noticed that several times in this game. Denver Christian has a little bit of motion there in the backfield, and they've been able to get away with it. This time it didn't happen.
Yeah, it was too obvious there. I could see it even from this vantage point when we weren't even looking for it. Now the Beat Diggers need that big TO. They came up with a turnover when Denver Christian was trying to extend the 14-point lead in the second quarter, which is now the 14-point lead in the third quarter. With a back split, Neuenhuis, that might be Travis Bowles out there, first and 15. Play action, back to throw. Here comes the pressure. The screen out to the left. It's picked off. Luke Bollinger down the right sideline to the 35. He's down to the 37-yard line. Bollinger was the only guy there to pick off that pass. Or was that Zach Tedford who picked it off?
Yeah, Tedford plays a weak defensive end position, and what a weak defensive end is they're kind of like a strong safety on the back side. So if Tyler Ferricini's playing strong safety on the left side, that made Tedford be the weak end over there on the right side, and his job is just to drop back into the flats over there. And they had so much pressure on Cotty that he couldn't really see when he threw the ball, and Tedford picked it off and ran it back for another 10 yards.
At the 37, a 10-yard return, as Dave just said. First and 10, Ferricini in motion to the right, and there is the handoff right side. Geno is just smothered, and there's a late flag at the 36-yard line, thrown for a loss of 1. Tim Ranney makes the play along with a couple of other Crusaders. What is the late flag all about? I mean, that was basically thrown in the air after the play ended. Well, I hope they don't call a hold on something like that. Illegal procedure against Brush. How do you determine illegal procedure when the play was almost dead?
Well, I don't know what the deal was there. Sometimes those officials are reaching so hard to get in their pocket and find that flag that they don't really throw it on time, and it appears to be the situation on that play.
Well, the Beat Diggers, nonetheless, will have the football at their own 32-yard line. It'll be a first and 15 after the Zach Tedford interception. And all along, it looked like it was intended for Tedford. He was the guy waiting for the football as if he was wearing the white uniform. From the 32, Ely on the toss left, very high to Geno, had to flip it over a Denver Christian Crusader, running to the left side, spinning at around the 33, might have gotten to the 34-yard line. That did not look pretty from the outset, but I think Ely had no other choice because Denver Christian got some penetration, and it's only a gain of 2.
Yeah, that thing went so high up in the air that Geno had it, and Geno's a big, tall kid. He had to jump up in the air to catch it just to get it down out of the air and get it back on the ground so he could run with it. But at least, he picked up a yard or two.
6:17 to go in the third quarter. The Beat Diggers trailing 21-7. Second down and 13 with a ball that is just shy of the 34-yard line. Denver Christian has not allowed double digits in a game this year. The Beat Diggers are trying to change that and much more. O'Kelly in motion to the right. Ely back to pass. Pressure coming. Has to throw. He's sacked. Way down at the 24-yard line. A loss of 10. And the Crusaders all over him. Luke Denoy, Dylan Peters. Bring him down to the ground. They'll put it back at the 25, but still 9 yards in the wrong direction.
The offensive line there, Brush, just giving up too much penetration from the defensive line of Denver Christian. Denver Christian's lining up in a 5-2 defense. They have 2 safeties, 2 cornerbacks, and 2 linebackers. Their pressure is just coming from the defensive ends and the tackles, and Brush is just giving up too much ground, and Ely didn't have a chance to get rid of the ball.
And now it's third down and 22. Ferrigini is out of the game, and remember, their best target, J.R. Finley, is out with an injury. Josh Gutierrez, the receiver, to the right. On third and 22 from their own 25. Cummings in motion to the right. There's a flag. That'll make it third and 27. I'll tell you right now, Dave, they're almost better off either running a draw or a quick kick here. It's going to be tough. Whenever they've had a third down and long like this, they've gone to J.R. Finley, and they don't have that option now.
Right. I know missing J.R.'s a huge puzzle piece that's missing from this offense, but still there's no excuse for the motion and the delay of game penalties that they had right here. The kids just need to settle down and run the offense like they've ran it all year.
They've got to get to the 47. They're at their own 20. Cummings in motion to the right, and Ely this time on the toss right to O'Kelly. He runs to the 20-yard line and maybe stutter steps to the 22 for a pickup of 2, and that'll be at 4th down and 25. And the Diggers again need another excellent punt from Jose Cardenas as we approach the 4.5-minute mark of the third quarter. The Diggers ran very few offensive plays in the first half, Dave, and in this half have run just 3.
Yeah, and that's been kind of the tale of the whole situation for Brush as far as offense is concerned. 3 and out.
Jose Cardenas back at his own 10-yard line. You got to watch out for Jacob Breesman. He's been good on special teams today, and that snap is perfect. He gets it off in a beautiful spiraling punt, backing up and catching it at the 30. I believe that could be Denoyne as Neuenhuis to the 35, right sideline 40, has a seam to the 45 to the 50, and knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line, a return of 24. However, there is a flag resting at the Denver Christian 49-yard line, and was that an illegal block? That's what we'll find out in just a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's if that's the illegal block they were throwing it at, because I saw another illegal block back there on about the 35-yard line that he could have been throwing that flag at as well.
Block in the back against Denver Christian. The punt went for 43 yards, so now they're going to go way back. Now the Beat Diggers have forced 2 turnovers, but now what they need with the turnover is to get it in Denver Christian territory. The first turnover was at the 12, and the second one that occurred around the 37-yard line. Now Denver Christian has the ball at their own 38-yard line. This is when they need the big miscue.
You bet, or at least 3 and out and force Denver Christian to punt the ball, because as we've seen so far, Denver Christian hasn't had a whole lot better luck punting it than Brush has had.
1st and 10, Denver Christian from their own 38-yard line. Henry and Neuenhuis in the backfield. In motion to the left is Henry. The handoff to Neuenhuis. The ball is loose, and the Beat Diggers have it at the 39. Neuenhuis never had the football, and jumping on it was Anthony Hertz. There is the turnover they needed on the very first play from scrimmage after the Beat Digger punt to D.C., and they'll have it at the Denver Christian 40. Brush forces their 3rd turnover of this game.
John Beltran, if all you have to do is start talking about it for it to happen, I want to hear you start talking about some touchdowns here, so that'll happen just as easy as that turnover happened right there.
I don't know if I have that much magic left in me, Dave. 3:49 to go in the third. The Beat Diggers down by 14, trying to cut into this lead. 1st and 10 from the Denver Christian 40. Baroncini in motion to the left. Play action. Ely to pump. He'll heave it towards the right sideline. Gutierrez is out there. He dives. He can't make the play. That was going to be tough against David Ribbons to make that catch at around the 7-yard line on the fade pattern. Then again, Ribbons has the height on him, and he had the position at that point. And you wonder, Dave, you kind of wonder why the Beat Diggers are throwing so much on 1st down when, yeah, it might be a good call at times, but Greg Geno's not touching the ball a lot in this game.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked, knowing that Geno, ran for 200 yards last week, and he's got less than 50 so far in this game, but there's still, like you said, a lot of football left.
Ferracini in motion to the left, 2nd down and 10. Handoff Geno left side. Maybe that's why. Gain of 1. Boy, they are stacking him up. Not much running room there. Eric Frazier was in on the play. 225-pound senior defensive lineman. Checking out of the game now is Sean Bishop. It'll be 3rd down and 9 with the ball just inside the Denver Christian 39. And they're taking a while for this play to come in. If they don't get to that line of scrimmage quickly, another delay of game is coming. And this will be a passing situation. Boy, Brush cannot get the offense going today, but this is a top-notch defense. The best Brush has faced all season. They're taking their time. They've got to get this play off before they're getting called for delay of game. And Matt Ely calls a timeout. And Randy Dreit's not too happy on the sideline. We'll take it with him. 2:55 to go in the third. Denver Christian 21, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Beat Digger Stadium. 3rd down and 9 for Brush at the 39. 2 things Brush has not done today, Dave. With all the pressure Matt Ely has in the pocket, they haven't thrown a screen, and they haven't rolled out Ely.
Yeah, that's true. They haven't done either one of those things. And at the same time, we've only seen one draw that I can remember this game.
And that's always been a good play, but boy, the middle of the field has been completely closed down by Denver Christian. The backs are split. 3rd and 9. Bass is in motion to the right. And Ely rolling to his right, throwing. That pass is tipped up, and it's going to be intercepted at the 37-yard line, tipped by a Denver Christian player. They call it incomplete now, as David Ribbons nearly came away with a football. It was intended for Bass, and it'll be 4th and 9 at the 39, and these are situations the Beat Diggers normally go for it, and now you're kind of caught in a pickle simply because of the fact that you're not moving the football at all.
Exactly, but one thing that's got to be in the back of the coaching staff's mind is how well their defense has been playing Denver Christian here in the last total 12 minutes of game time.
3rd down, check it, 4th down and 9 for the 39. And Ely, play action, back to throw, throwing to the right. The pass is going to be overthrown, and now it's intercepted at the 25-yard line. Ribbons now has the football, running left to the 45, free at the 50, left sideline to the 40, a Beat Digger to beat at the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Touchdown for David Ribbons. That return goes 77 yards, and Denver Christian has blown it open with 2:33 to go in the 3rd. They lead 27-7.
You just hate to see that happen. I notice there's a flag laying down on the field over here, but the worst part is, it's 4th and 9, and at least if you don't pick up the first down, hopefully they don't get the ball except for right there on their 39, but instead Denver Christian's going to have the ball right down there close to the Digger end zone.
That must be some sort of celebration penalty. Or a sideline warning is what that was. But unofficially, we'll call it a 77-yard interception return by David Ribbons.
It looked a lot like that interception return last week that Lamar had against Brush, where they throw it out there, there's nobody there except for the defender. He makes the catch, and then there's nobody close to him to make the tackle.
Now the extra point to be attempted by Kirk Neuenhuis off the hold of Ken Cotty. Awaiting the snap. There it is. It's down. The kick is up, and that one is going to fly just over the crossbar inside the left upright. 2:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Beat Diggers have 3 touchdowns to make up. Denver Christian 28, Brush 7 on 10-10 KSIR. Well, the Beat Diggers now have to score on every possession if they are to at least force overtime in this game. The kickoff will bounce at the 9. Josh Gutierrez picks it up at the 7, running right to the 15, gets to the 20, and he's tackled at around the 23-yard line, a return of 16, and a tackle made by Denver Christian's Adam Hanna.
Brush has just got to go hard, right here. There's still a lot of time left on the clock. People can't throw their hands up in the air and start hitting the panic button. Everybody just needs to dig down deep and just keep plugging. And if they do that, then, they can still keep this game close, but they have to get an offensive drive going here.
And the Beat Diggers have had nothing really on offense. They had a 2-play, 64-yard drive. 1st and 10 from the 23. The handoff right up the middle to Bobby O'Kelly. Across the 25 to the 27. Tyler Henry makes the play after a gain of 4. And O'Kelly certainly hasn't had the football a lot today either.
No, Kelly's carried it 3 times for a total of 3 yards. His first one was -2. His second carry was a +2, and then that one there was a +3 yards, so he's into the positive territory now.
2nd down and a long 6, the ball just shy of the 27. Gutierrez, the receiver, to the left. Travis Bass to the right because of the injury to J.R. Finley. Backs are split, and Ely's going to hand it off to Geno right side. Breaks a tackle, gets outside to the 33-yard line before he's upended there by David Ribbons. Might have fallen short of the 33, actually. Gets to around the 32. Gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
That time it looked like Geno was looking to run it right up there behind the tackles, but the hole was kind of plugged, and he just bounced it outside for a +6 yards. That's the same thing that he did over here, only to the left side when he scored the touchdown there in the first half.
3rd down and 1. A quiet Beat Digger Stadium crowd with 1:19 to go in the 3rd, and the Diggers down by 21 on 3rd and 1 for the 32. Ely, the handoff to Geno. First down right up the gut as he spins to the 35 and a gain of 3. But the Diggers really are going to have to go away, I should say, from their normal game plan because of the fact that they're not getting 20, 25 yards or even 10 yards or any ground play. And Denver Christian's offense has been keeping the ball away from Brush with 3 touchdowns to make up and only 13 minutes of football. Eventually, they're going to have to throw like they want to here. Throwing out to the left. Pass is complete by Gutierrez. To Gutierrez at the 40, and he's down near that left sideline at the 46, a gain of 11, and a beat digger first down as the tackle was made by Adam Henna.
You know, I'm sure this was the kind of offensive attack that the Brush kids and Brush coaching staff were wanting. You know, they were beating them up with the run a little bit there, and then be able to throw the ball. So I know now they're going to be in a situation where they're going to have to start throwing the ball like they were doing beforehand. It's too bad that this isn't happening at the beginning of the game.
Exactly. From the 46, the Beat Diggers with 54 yards to go to find the land of no hash marks. Ferrancini in motion to the right. Handoff Geno putting his head down. He spins to the 50 after getting hit at the 48. And the first hit was made by Tim Ranney, the 235-pound senior defensive lineman. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for these Brush Beat Diggers, about to run their 6th play of this drive.
Yep, Geno's got 63 yards on 13 carries now as the offense is starting to beat this Denver Christian defense down a bit.
2nd down and 6. Matt Ely looks up at the clock. Only 3 seconds to go. Under center. Is he going to get the play off? No, he won't. And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. Denver Christian 28, Brush 7. We return after this break on 1010 KSIR. 12 minutes remains in the Brush Beat Digger football season. They need 21 points to tie. They are down 28-7. John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Beat Digger Stadium. And it's these quarterfinal games at home that are tough because you're always playing a team that's either a champion from a conference or close to it. Faith Christian at Weld Central, Roaring Fork at Estes Park, Eaton at Eagle Valley, and, of course, here Denver Christian against Brush. 2nd down and 6. The ball is at the 50. And the Beat Diggers looking for some enthusiasm from the sidelines and execution on the football field. With a back split, Ely on the counter to Bobby O'Kelly, hit at the line of scrimmage. He goes down. The penetration by Dylan Peters, the defensive end, the 165-pound junior. And it's 3rd and 6.
That time Brush went back to their wing T offense where they faked the dive up the middle, the trap up the middle to Geno, and then ran off tackle with O'Kelly around the other side. So all those Digger football players at home, you'd remember that would be a 37.
Well, now they need about a 6 or 7 for a first down. 3rd down and 6. Ferrancini, the receiver to the left, Gutierrez to the right, and Ely with a hard count, back to pass, no pressure, throws, and the pass is complete to Gutierrez out to the right at the 43, and that is a Beat Digger first down, a gain of 7, and a perfectly executed pass to Josh Gutierrez from Matt Ely.
Yeah, that's a tough pass to throw, remember, because Gutierrez is running straight to the sideline, and just the angle of it makes the quarterback want to throw that thing short. It takes a strong arm to get that thing out there on the money, and that's exactly what Ely did.
From the Denver Christian 43, on 1st and 10, Ely is going to hand it off to Geno, off to the left side. He breaks across the 40 to the 35, a gain of 8. Nearly a late hit as the tackle was made by Eric Colby, the 200-pound senior linebacker. They might even give him the 34. About a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and inches.
And that was just the trap to Geno right up the gut.
Like you said, if the Beat Diggers could have done this when it was 0-0, we'd be looking at a completely different game. But now they're playing catch-up the whole game on 2nd down. Handoff Geno, left side, first down as he gets to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Stacked up there by Tyler Henry.
And Denver Christian, is just totally, they're content to let Brush just run the ball at them like this. Their number one concern is just to make sure that Brush doesn't break a big one loose on them and score real fast. They're not going to care if Brush methodically marches the ball down there and scores after a 7 or 8 minute drive.
Exactly, and the Beat Diggers only have 2 timeouts because they called one in the 3rd, and there was movement from Geno in the backfield. That'll set up a 1st and 15 on the illegal procedure. And that's a rare error by the junior fullback, Greg Geno. 10:19 to go from Brush. Boy, Dave, I'll say this for Denver Christian. They took the life out of this Beat Digger Stadium crowd on that very first drive.
Yeah, they sure did. They just came out and just exercised or just showed a lot of strength and and a lot of discipline as they just came out and just drove the ball right down Brush's throat.
1st and 15 from the 36. It is a packed house on this side. And now we have movement again. Holy mahungus. It's going to be 1st and 20 from the 41 as the Beat Diggers now just not getting into a rhythm. After appearing to get into a rhythm. Remember, this is going to be the 10th play of this drive. But 2 consecutive 5-yard penalties, all of a sudden, you've eliminated some of the plays you'd like to run.
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm really shocked to see the mistakes that Brush is making right now, because these are things that we didn't see him do a lot during the regular season, and now I'm afraid the pressure's kind of piling up on him a little bit, and they're starting to make those mental errors.
Ely on the rollout to the right, setting up a screen, and it's nearly picked off. Oh, boy. Intended for O'Kelly, left side at the 47-yard line, but right there was Dylan Peters. He read it perfectly, and it flew over his right hand. The Beat Diggers just didn't disguise it as well as they wanted to.
Exactly, and I'm afraid, in situations like that, when you throw a screen or even a hook pattern, one of those passes that goes straight out to the sideline, those are the kind that make me afraid they're going to get picked off and ran in, because then there's absolutely nobody out there that can make the tackle if the other team catches it.
And that's what happened with Denver Christian. They threw one out there, picked off by Tedford. He returned it 10 yards. 2nd down and 20 for the 41, almost an automatic passing situation as Ely is back to throw, pumping, lofting it down the right sideline. Nobody's there. Josh Gutierrez was at around the 17, and the ball dropped at the 11 as David Ribbons was defending. And, that pattern, if you're going to throw it, it is a one-on-one pattern there, Dave, but the receiver has to get down the field, or the quarterback has to give the receiver a chance to get down the field.
Right. That was a combination of throwing the ball too far and the receiver not being far enough downfield.
9:39 to go in the game. 3rd down and 20 for the 41. I think the best bet here would be for the Beat Diggers to get maybe about 10 yards and at least set up a manageable 4th down situation, as Ely this time is back to pass middle, throws left side, and nobody's there again. Travis Bass was running a slant apparently, and he never looked back for the football. The ball was thrown low and away anyway, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, the offense is just a little bit in disarray now as they're forced to throw the ball, and they don't want to throw the ball.
Here comes Jose Cardenas. They might just punt this thing now. On 4th down and 20 from the 41 with 9:35 to go. And there were situations maybe in the past they'd go for this, but again, like you said, there's not any rhythm going on right now. And maybe the Beat Diggers are just hoping for another turnover. Jose Cardenas back at the 47, perfect snap. He gets it off high and short as it flutters towards the 20-yard line, takes a nice digger hop, and will go out of bounds at around the 13-yard line, a punt of 28 yards for Jose Cardenas. But once again, it's time for a turnover with 9:28 to go. If Denver Christian gets 2 or 3 first downs here, you can chalk it up.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Denver Christian throwing the ball a whole lot here. That'd be a little bit crazy. I look for him to probably just use that quarterback keep up the middle and run that option.
We expected a very good game from both of these teams. Unfortunately, the first 3 drives for Denver Christian has made the difference. 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line. Kenny Cotty in control as the DC quarterback is going to turn around, hand it off to Neuenheist, running right back towards the middle, across the 15 to around the 17-yard line. Adam Hinojos makes the tackle after the gain of 4.
That takes Neuenheist to 93 yards now on 19 carries.
Well, one thing that Brush has done well even this game, forcing 3 turnovers, that's usually good enough at least to keep you in the game. But unfortunately, this Denver Christian defense is for real. They are for real. They have stymied the Brush offense, and not having J.R. Finley certainly hurts. 2nd down and 6, handoff right up the gut to Tyler Henry. He stretches that football out to the 20. Zach Tedford in on the tackle along with Luke Bollinger to pick up of 3, and it's 3rd down and 3.
That time the Brush defensive linemen were kind of stemming around a little bit. They were moving, trying to get themselves in the correct position, and Denver Christian was able to catch them a little bit off guard because they weren't really set by the time they ran the ball.
3rd and 3 from the 20. The Akron Rams were leading Dolores on our sister station B106 last time we checked. In the second quarter, I'm sure that game has progressed a lot more. 3rd and 3. The toss left to Neuenhuis, getting to the outside. First down, stumbling over the 25, and he's knocked out of bounds across the 30 to around the 32-yard line. And that's a gain of 12 for Kirk Neuenhuis, and now he is over 100.
Yep, 105 yards on 20 carries, so he's averaged about 5.1 yards a carry, something like that.
That's Coach Dreitz. He's a math teacher.
Yeah, that's right.
8:03 to go. Denver Christian 28, Brush 7. This was a 21-0 game in the early moments of the second quarter, and Denver Christian has basically played even with Brush since then. The Beat Diggers cannot inch any closer. 1st and 10, DC from their own 32, and now we've got a flag. And I assume that's going to go against Denver Christian. I did not see any violation against Brush. And it didn't seem they took that long in the huddle. And the preliminary indication is going to be offside against Denver Christian. They lined up offside. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 27.
Yeah, and it was the official that was right here on the sideline in front of the Brush bench that called that. So he's looking right down the line of scrimmage to see if everybody's on their own side before the ball snaps.
1st and 15 for Denver Christian at their own 27-yard line with a back split in that little bubble. And it'll be a handoff to Tyler Henry over the middle, across the 30 to around the 34. Tyler Ferricini is one of the Beat Diggers to make the tackle. Michael Cummings there, a gain of 7. 2nd down and 8.
Again, I think Denver Christian's just trying to lull Brush to sleep and not give the ball to Neuenhuis too much, so that they can catch him off guard and pitch him the ball around on the outside as they're starting to use some of the other people on their offense.
Fabulous game plan by head coach Mark Swally. 2nd down and 8 from the 34-yard line. Denver Christian on their own side of the field. The backs are now in an eye. And Kenny Cotty will turn around and hand it off on the right side to Neuenhuis across the 35 to the 40. He dives to the 43. Looks like a first down. And I believe it is. That's a gain of 8 for Kirk Neuenhuis. And one of the issues at the end of the day, Dave, will be the fact that the Brush offense really didn't have the football much, and when they did, they didn't give it to Greg Geno much. He only has carried the football, 15 times? 7 in the first half, 8 in the second half. And Matt Ely's thrown it quite a few times, about 13 or 14. From the 43, under 7 minutes to go. Cotty just taking all types of time. And he turns around, hands it off to Henry, right up the gut. A sizable gain to the 50. It's a pickup of 7. Ferricini around the football. And it's pretty obvious right now this Brush defense has to be exhausted.
Oh, yeah, they've been on the field the whole time, just like you were saying. I think Brush has probably only had like maybe 30, 35 offensive plays today. And then when you look at just Neuenhuis and Henry, they've had a combined total of almost as many offensive plays as Brush has had total.
The Beat Diggers perhaps sensing the end of the season here with 6:15 to go. 2nd and 3, Denver Christian from the 50. Cotty under center. Will turn around, hand off to Neuenhuis. Stumbles at the 50, but then stutters it back towards the middle, gets to the 45-yard line, a gain of 5 and a first down. Adam Hinojos makes the tackle. James Ginther around the football as well. And this is just basic, fundamental football for Denver Christian, as they have now run 7 plays and moved 42 yards in the right direction.
Yeah, the name of the game for Denver Christian now is just let that clock run.
And it is running, under 6 minutes to go. Denver Christian will advance to the Class 2A semifinals, barring a humongous miracle. And Cotty just running down the play clock before snapping the football. Handoff on the right side to Henry. He is loose at the 40, and he is tackled, a shoestring tackle, at around the 37-yard line by Josh Gutierrez. That's a gain of 8 for Tyler Henry, and now they're ripping off huge gains.
Henry just ran a trap that time right through the middle of the offensive line. And those big offensive linemen at Denver Christian are pulling and trapping their tackles, and they're just making some nice holes in there for Henry to run through.
2nd down and 2 from the 37. The Beet Digger season ended last year in the 2A quarterfinals here in Brush. And it looks like it's going to happen again. On 2nd and 2, Cotty is going to take it himself, missed the handoff. Zach Tedford throws him down after a gain of maybe a yard to the 36-yard line. Cotty was looking to hand it off, it looked like, at least from this vantage point, but nobody was there.
Yeah, it looked like he was reaching out there and then finally, when nobody was there, he just tucked it and ran with it. I'll tell you what, on this Cotty's behalf, he's a good quarterback. You watch the presence of mind he has out there. He's always watching the clock. He's keeping an eye on how many seconds are ticking off. It seems like he's command and control that offense a little bit. Those guys are doing exactly what he tells them to do when he tells them to do it, and he's just done a real good job, and he's a good player.
Oh, he's a great player, excellent field presence, and now he realizes that he's not going to get the playoff and calls timeout. 4:08 to go in the game. Denver Christian 28, Brush 7. We're back after this break. You're listening to 1010 KSIR. 3 other quarterfinal games being played in 2A today. Right here, of course, the Brush Beet Diggers trail 28-7. If Denver Christian holds on, which they should, they would face either Estes Park or Roaring Fork. Estes Park leading in the fourth quarter, 17-14. Faith Christian over Weld Central in Keensburg, 28-7. And Eaton is leading Eagle Valley, 21-6. Akron over Dolores in the fourth quarter, 27-20. That game on B106. 3rd down and inches, just shy of the 35. Caddy runs into his running back, but still they get a first down as Travis Bowles gets across the 35 to the 34. A gain of about 1, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't have to look pretty, just has to work.
That's right, Bowles got hit hard, but he was able to spin off of that hit and lean forward for an additional 2 yards.
And Kenny Cotty and the Crusaders have held the football for 5.5 minutes, and they still have 34 yards to go. And this will be the 11th play of the drive. They picked up 4 first downs. They might run out the entire game clock. The back's in an eye for the 34 Brush. And Cotty on the toss left to Neuenheis. The ball is loose as he dropped it, and he jumps on it at the 41-yard line. So that amounts to a loss of 7 yards in the play. And that's one of the more positive plays the Digger defense has had today. Although, once again, 3 turnovers by Denver Christian. So the Beet Diggers have had their opportunities, but have only cashed in once.
Yep, they had the chances. They just weren't able to get any kind of offense established. But you got to pat this Denver Christian offense and defense on the back. There's 18 seniors on that team, and they play with a lot of confidence. And you watch them, like we were talking about Cotty there, just playing so smart. It's obvious their seniors are ready for this game.
Just shy of the 40. Cotty on the option right is going to run the football to around the 37 before he is taken down. And I believe James Ginther made that play, and he did. Pickup of 3. Be 3rd down and around 13. The mark to make is the Beet Digger 24. They're at the 37. Not much to say here, Dave. This has been a Denver Christian game, to say the least. They played great defense, which is what they've done all season, and they probably still will not allow double digits in a game. On 3rd and 13 from the 37, and Cotty will hand it off to Neuenheis, left side to the 35, breaks it to the 30, in the clear at the 20, middle of the field, 10 to the 5, touchdown! Kirk Neuenheis on a 3rd and 13 scores from 37 yards away, and it's 34-7 Denver Christian. Dave, I could hear a pin drop right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I just feel so bad for Brush right now to go out this way. We're talking about, I was just patting the Denver Christian seniors on the back, how they stuck together, but, we got some good seniors too, and I'm really proud of our guys. We're outnumbered, our 13 seniors to their almost 20.
Neuenhuis to attempt the extra point. It's up. It's good. 2:10 to go. Denver Christian 35, Brush 7. You're listening to 1010 KSIR. Josh Gutierrez picks up the football at the 20, running back towards the middle at the 30, and he's down at the 35-yard line, a return of 15, and that's where Brush will take over. Denver Christian's drive. This looked like a Brush drive. 13 plays, 87 yards, 7 minutes and 18 seconds, 37-yard run by Kirk Neuenhuis, Dave, on a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, those 3rd and long, anything in long, have really haunted these Diggers this entire season.
1st and 10 from the 35. The starter still out there for the Beat Diggers. And Matt Ely is back to pass, pumping, throwing out to the right. O'Kelly is out there, but it's incomplete over his outstretched right hand at the 48-yard line. A little bit too tall for Bobby O. And it's 2nd down and 10, and even 2 minutes to go in the 2003 Brush Beat Digger football season. And, Dave, I think you put it best. You hate to see it end this way.
Right. You know, these kids have sure put together, these seniors have put together a pretty good stretch these last 2 years, you know, getting in the playoffs, winning the first round down in Lamar both years. It's just unfortunate we have to come back and take this loss 2 years in a row at home.
2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line, and Ely this time. Play action, screen out to the right in the flat to O'Kelly, and a great play at the 31-yard line as he's dragged down for a 4-yard loss. That's also the story of this game. Denver Christian simply does not miss one single tackle, and that tackle was made by Kirk Neuenhuis. It'll be a loss of 3, 3rd and 13.
You know, it's easy for everybody to, you know, for people to start going, what's wrong with this player, what's wrong with that player, but you have to give Denver Christian credit.
We said this could be the best offense Denver Christian has faced this season. I'll tell you what, it's definitely the best defense Brush has faced this season. 3rd and 13, Ely over the middle on the slant is knocked away at the 37-yard line, intended for Josh Gutierrez. But before it got there, it looked like Eric Colby was able to knock it down, and now it is 4th down and 13, and Jose Cardenas is on to punt.
Yeah, I can't see the, you know, well, I'll tell you what, I know one thing for sure. I know Brush has got a fake punt because I've heard Travis Bass talk about it before. So, you know, maybe we'll see a fake punt right here, and Brush will have a chance to use it once this season.
That would be an entertaining way to end this season.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
On a 4th and 13 from the 32. The only tackle Denver Christian missed, as they have nobody back, by the way, and I think they might be anticipating that. But Cardenas gets it off, and that ball is going to flutter towards the 37-yard line, take a digger roll, and it's down at the 35. So that punt from Jose Cardenas goes for 33 yards. Denver Christian only needs to take a knee a couple of times, and that will end this thing. They dominated the first quarter. They dominated the first part of the second quarter and have dominated the second half. Dave, if defense wins championships, Denver Christian certainly has the defense.
Boy, they do have a great defense, and they better, because our offense, this Brush offense, is good. And just like their coach said before the game that this was going to be a good test for their defense, the Diggers gave it their best shot and just fell short.
Denver Christian from their own 35 with 1:12 to go in the game, as Ken Cotty will take a knee. And one more knee by Cotty, and this game will conclude from Beat Digger Stadium. And keep in mind, the visiting teams are dominating today in 2A, with the exception of Roaring Fork, trailing Estes Park 17-14 at last count. If Estes Park holds on and wins that game, they would be at Denver Christian next Saturday, while Eaton will take on Faith Christian, with both teams winning handily so far. 33 seconds to go. Cotty, under center, takes another knee, and the game will end. The Denver Christian Crusaders have advanced to the Class 2A semifinals, defeating the Brush Beat Diggers 35-7. We'll take a break. You're listening to the 2003 Class 2A quarterfinals on 1010 KSIR.